fact is that, what does the AAP stand for? If you are now being accused of corruption, does the entire edifice of AAP come down? Because on other policies, according to Ajoy Kumar, you are no different to the BJP. You are also, in a way, competing, according to the Congress, he didn't say it, these are my words, for the same Hindu vote bank. And therefore, why should the Congress come out and stand up for you when you don't stand up for anyone else?
Rajdeep, that is a question you are asking. We have never asked for Congress's support. If its conscience permits itself to stand on the buy side when gross injustice is being done, and this is not a new Congress, this is what Congress has been doing for the last 7 years in Delhi. Every time the elected government, I am not saying Aam Aadmi Party, the elected government of Delhi was being targeted, powers were being taken away, LG was being strengthened and the elected government's powers were being taken away, Congress was cheerleading. So we don't expect them to stand by what is good constitution and what should happen in a democracy. Having said that, at the end of the day, I think Ajoy, who's a good friend, he asked a very pertinent question. What is our vision? We have a vision, we have an ideology for India. And that was pronounced by Mr. Arvind Kejriwal 3 days before this raid happened, and that is what perturbed Mr. Modi so much. We said that we would like to see in the next 25 years India becoming a developed nation. And what is our definition of a developed nation? Free and quality education for all, free and quality healthcare for all, women's safety and dignity, equal pay for farmers, and jobs for all the youth. We have pronounced this, and we are saying that we are doing this in Delhi. 75 years, BJP and Congress have been ruling in tens of states.
No, are you ready?
They are not able to say one state, Rajdeep.
No, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready while you say all this? Are you ready while you say all this to answer every question that has been raised with regard to your excise policy? Are you ready to come out in the public and have an open debate on each and every aspect of the excise policy, of allegations of middlemen, of allegations of cartelization? Those are specific allegations now that are being made.
No, Rajdeep, there are many specific allegations. We are willing to answer. And by the way, let me put this on record. Each and every of these questions, including what Mr. Ajoy and Shehzad said, that why was the policy rolled back, has been comprehensively answered. There's a press conference by the Deputy CM on the day the policy was reversed, saying why we wanted to prevent a prohibition-like scenario in Delhi, and therefore as a temporary measure, we are introducing the old policy. But at the same time, let's not use this platform only to make something out of nothing. You know, the reality is there is a liquor scam happening in Gujarat. Hundreds of people are dying. Where is this spurious liquor coming from? For 27 years, Gujarat has been under prohibition, but 10,000 crores of illicit liquor is being sold. Can we ask one question to the BJP gentlemen here? Can we ask why are Subhendu Adhikari, Hemant Biswa Sarma not being...
This is the third time you've asked that question. The fact is, Mr. Poonawalla, the charge that, while all this is playing out, the question is convictions are extremely low, but the process is the punishment. It appears that the CBI is first pronouncing someone guilty, and so is the BJP, and then we are going to get what exactly comes out in the investigation. Normally, you have a case and then you go for the individuals. And we are seeing this in case after case, which is why, for example, the ED has less than 1% conviction. Whether it's tomorrow Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, or indeed Manish Sisodia, is the BJP claiming that only opposition leaders are to be charged with ED and CBI, while the BJP is doodh ka dhula hua? This is the charge repeatedly made by opposition, whether it's Ajoy Kumar or Jasmine Shah.
Rajdeep, you are far too intelligent a person to confuse ED's conviction rate with the CBI's, which is at 70%. Correct? Secondly, he said the CBI has filed a closure in Satyendra Jain case. This is the official statement of the CBI. Rajdeep, please look here. I'm showing you the report. Here is the report. This man is from the Delhi government. He comes and lies on your platform. Imagine what else he's lying about, including the answers to the questions which he's not given. By the way, it's 25,93,800 seconds of not answering specific questions on the liquor policy. They have lied about when they reversed this policy. It was only after the CBI probe started that they went ahead and reversed this policy and went to the old one. But let me come back to larger questions. Please, what date is that? No, read the date of that. Jasmine, please give me 5 minutes to expose it completely. What date is that? What date is that and what publication is that? What date and publication is that? Is that the official CBI press release? Is that the CBI official press release?
You have been caught.
It is,
You've been caught
it is not the
flash
official,
light.
it is a news
And
report
Mr.
he's quoting. The CBI
Satyaki,
official press release said there is no
CBI
closure.
files
Rajdeep,
closure
you know it, your
case
channel
against
ran this story.
Mr.
You should
Jain.
fact check him.
This is
Your
the
channel does
reality.
a lot of fact checks.
We
Now
are-
anyways,
the fact is,
there is no closure in CBI and Satyendra Jain
Shehzad,
case.
there is no
Now let me
closure.
come to the
There
point.
is no closure. However,
There is no-
however,
there is no closure?
However, the
Is he lying? Is he lying on this?
No, no, 1 minute.
Is he lying on this, yes or no?
Mr. Shehzad Poonawalla, is this a battle of perception? You
Now
want
I'm
to create
coming
a
to that.
perception
Now
that
I'm
the Aam
coming to
Aadmi
that.
Party
The
is somehow
perception-
involved in corruption.
the
While
perception-
in no BJP-ruled state
Same.
will the CBI or the ED
Please,
go and
one,
investigate.
I can only
How
be-
are you going
yeah.
to dismiss this perception?
I will come to that also. The perception takes place when I show you official court orders and you don't tell Jasmine that these are court orders after which you have not taken the resignation of Satyendra Jain, and you put the perception that the ED is hounding him. The perception develops when he lies that there's a closure report of CBI. You know there's no closure report and you don't fact check him. That's when the perception comes. But that's not the
No,
point,
the
Rajdeep.
perception
If you
comes
start
because
fact-checking
just a minute,
everything you
sir.
say,
Sir,
then
just
you
the
will not be
perception
left
comes
speaking on
because in
national
no,
air again.
just a minute, the perception comes, Mr. Poonawalla, because in no BJP-ruled state at the moment does the CBI or the ED seem active. You cannot tell me, it really in a way stretches my incredulity to believe that BJP governments are not involved in any form of corruption, only opposition-ruled states are. I want a clear final answer to it.
Yes. Here is ED raiding a BJP leader in Surat, 2.7 crores. Here is income tax raid on B.S. Yedurappa's son. All news reports. If your channel doesn't like to report... 1 second, Rajdeep. Now let me have the say. Your channel should report every time the agency acts on a BJP leader as much as it does when it acts on a Congress or a AAP leader. Point number 1. Point number 2, I have cited court orders. Point number 3, Congress and Aam Aadmi Party are fighting. They are the twin sisters and twin towers of corruption. They both represent the same philosophy, and the Congress was the first one to hug up and form an alliance with them. And today Mr. Ajoy is saying it's the B team of the BJP. मतलब अजय कितने चूहे खाकर आप कांग्रेस में गए?
Okay. The fact is that was 2013, 2014. Much has changed. Much water has flown under the bridge. Very interestingly, Shehzad Poonawalla was once in the Congress, is now in the AAP. Ajoy Kumar was once in the AAP, is now back in the Congress.
I have made the only right choice. He has made the wrong one.
Trying to do a lot of notorious. So
Okay.
Shehzada Poonawalla,
Let
no,
me-
one sec. Shehzada Poonawalla preaching on honesty is worse than blasphemy. Obviously speaking. I mean, if he
I
was
can
eating
imagine
the-
your fascination
Okay,
with that.
okay.
Each other's
Gentlemen-
aim beating, we are the A team of the people of this country.
Okay, you are the A team of the people of the country who is...
You wanted to get personal, that's why I'm getting personal. The first
Okay,
question.
Yeah,
Let
when
me
he
leave
says
it
the
there.
A team, it's the advertising team. The only thing that they stand for with A is advertising.
100 people died in Gujarat due to liquor. You are silent.
Why don't you and Jasmine decide of all the allegations in all states of country and go file cases if you think
Okay,
they're
guys, that's it.
You